Top 10 romantic movie couples with shocking age gaps. 22 years between Richard Gere and Winona Ryder in Autumn in New York, 2000. Ryder was 29 when she starred in Autumn in New York, while Gere was 51, making them quite an unbalanced couple. The age difference between the two actors is already kind of uncomfortable, but the age gap between the characters is even worse. While Gere plays Wilkin, who is just 3 years younger than the actor himself at 48, Ryder's character Charlotte is aged all the way down to 22. The film follows Will, a successful middle-aged restaurateur seeking love with a much younger woman who is terminally ill. He later learns that Charlotte is the daughter of a woman he once dated. 26 years between Harrison Ford and Anne Heche in 6 Days, 7 Nights, 1998. Despite being described by Rotten Tomatoes as a completely forgettable piece of Hollywood fluff, 6 Days, 7 Nights was a box office success. The film sees Harrison Ford team up with Anne Heche for the first time. Anne Heche was 29 and Harrison Ford was 55 at the time, making him 26 years older than his co-star. Robin Monroe, a New York Magazine editor, and the gruff pirate Queen Harris are happily dating other people at the beginning of the movie, but things change when the two crash land on a deserted South Seas island. So the dissimilar pair learn to set aside their differences in order to find rescue. 26 years between Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt in As Good As It Gets, 1997. Jack Nicholson was 60 when he did this 1997 film, but not for a moment did you feel any kind of awkwardness here when he was dating the 34-year-old Helen Hunt. As Good As It Gets is a sweet little romantic comedy that tells the story of a misanthropic, annoying, obsessive-compulsive writer played by Nicholson who has to take care of his neighbor's dog. He falls in love with the waitress played by Helen, almost half his age, who is a single mother with a chronically ill son. The film is wonderfully made with some fine performances by Nicholson and Hunt, both of who won the Academy Award for Best Actor and Best Actress respectively. 27 years between Jeff Bridges and Maggie Gyllenhaal in Crazy Heart, 2009. His fantastic performance in Crazy Heart won Jeff Bridges a well-deserved Best Actor Oscar. Jeff Bridges was 58 years old and Maggie Gyllenhaal was 31 years of age, making for a real-life age gap of 27 years. Crazy Heart is a drama centered on Bridges, who plays an alcoholic country music singer named Oris. Oris's relationship with a young journalist played by Gyllenhaal is what inspires him to stop drinking and turn his life around. 27 years between Gene Wilder and Kelly LeBrock in The Woman in Red, 1984. In the 1984 film The Woman in Red, 51 years old Gene Wilder hooks up with Kelly LeBrock, who at 24 years old was 27 years his junior. The Woman in Red is a straightforward romantic comedy adapted from the 1976 French film called Pardon mon affaire. The film follows a married man named Teddy who becomes infatuated with LeBrock's character Charlotte after seeing her dress being blown up by a breeze from a ventilation grate, revealing her skimpy underwear. Teddy then spends the whole movie coming up with unsuccessful attempts to seduce this woman and become intimate with her, until he finally does and realizes she also has a partner, at which point he immediately becomes interested in another woman. 28 years between Colin Firth and Emma Stone in Magic in the Moonlight, 2014. Emma Stone and Colin Firth were 25 and 53 respectively when Magic in the Moonlight premiered in 2014. Set in the 1920s on the French Riviera, the plot of Magic in the Moonlight is actually pretty charming, with Colin Firth playing a cynical showman brought to help unmask Emma Stone, who plays a prolific psychic and medium, but the two end up falling in love. 34 years between Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson in Lost in Translation, 2003. When Lost in Translation premiered in 2003, Scarlett Johansson was only 18 years old and Bill Murray was 52. Their age difference was a prominent part of the film's plot, so it's not that surprising that the actors are 34 years apart. Lost in Translation is a sweetly melancholic tale of love and loneliness. The film depicts the relationship between a middle-aged American actor and a much younger American woman who happen to meet in a hotel in Tokyo lost in a world and culture so alien to them. A single kiss might have been the only physical moment between them, but Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray's chemistry was strong throughout the drama. 38 years between James Mason and Sue Lyon in Lolitaa 1962. The original film adaptation of Lolitaa in 1962 included a 38 years age gap between the lead actors. At the time of the controversial film was released, James Mason was 53 and Sue Lyon was only 15. Stanley Kubrick's bizarrely romantic black comedy drama tells the story of a middle-aged man who is attracted to a gorgeous teenager. Humbert is offered by a sexually frustrated widow to stay at her house, which he initially declines but accepts it after he sees her teenage daughter. The film was controversial for its bold subject and tone and wasn't well received by critics at the time. 39 years between Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones in Entrapment 1999. Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones had nearly 4 decades between them when they starred in Entrapment in 1999. Sean Connery was 68 when he played the thief-turned-unlikely partner opposite Catherine Zeta-Jones, who was 29 when the 1999 crime thriller premiered. The film focuses on the relationship between investigator Virginia Jean Baker and professional thief Robert McDougall as they attempt a heist at the turn of the new millennium. The relationship between the two characters is mostly built on deception, since for most of the movie's runtime, both are unsure about who is being double-crossed and whose feelings are genuine. 52 years between Ruth Gordon and Bud Cort in Harold and Maude 1971. An unlikely romance buds between the title characters of Harold and Maude in 1971, who were 52 years apart. Ruth Gordon and Bud Cort were 75 and 23 respectively when the 1971 cult rom-com was released. Harold and Maude has an almost creepy storyline. The plot follows Harold chasing a 20-year-old man who is obsessed with death and who rejects the life his detached mother prescribed for him. Harold develops a relationship with an optimistic 79-year-old while attending the funeral of a stranger. The two become friends and later fall in love as Maude teaches Harold what it means to live a full and happy life as opposed to a depressed one. The film did not sit well with audiences and critics back when it was released in 1971 for very obvious reasons.